So what is coaching? Well, fundamentally, coaching is about development. It's about helping the individuals you're working with clarify their thinking, become more self-aware, more resourceful. And if you're now observing two people having a conversation, how do you know if it's a coaching conversation or some other type of conversation? Well, there's 5 clues which are great to keep in mind. The first one, the focus is on the client. That's a mantra. We actually say in our world that the superhero is the client. We want them to leave feeling great and feel they're in control, they're happy, they're resourceful. That's our role as a coach. The second one is who does most of the talking? Without any doubt, and by far, the client is doing most of the talking. I mean, it's always a really good, simple measure when we are observing and listening to conversation that advisors, coaches, and managers have. How much are they speaking? If the client isn't speaking at least 90% of the time, with few injections from the manager, the coach, the advisor, we know they haven't really coached. And then the key skill that the coach uses is listening and asking questions. So that means it's not about analyzing. It's not about problem solving. It's not about sort of persuading, selling. This is about listening and questioning. That's the 2 key skills that drives the conversations. And what you should see happen in the conversations is that the client's thinking, their behaviors and their actions should be affected. They should start to change in some way or form, from the thinking through to the actions. And then a key absolute mantra again in coaching is the client must leave the room owning the outcome. They must believe it's their solution. And not only believe it, they should get that feeling in themselves, I own it, I made the decision. Preferably even that when they leave the room, they think it was their ideas. Because that's when they really have ownership. So in many respects, that feels like the opposite from giving advice. Because advice is telling a client. And when you tell a client, how do they feel afterwards? Well, they actually feel less resourceful, less clever. We want the opposite. Does that mean the two doesn't meet and cannot be together in a room? Actually, I think coaching supplement advice so well. We just have to be really clear on what role we're in so we don't get muddled. And I'll explain that here in the talk I'm doing today as well.